fans align. In red and white they always shine. With every pass it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand. Arsenal's on my mind.
Welcome back to the Arsenal on My Mind podcast. With you as always, Mr. Spike and Mr. Sekijay. What's up, Seki?
Well, so I keep wondering why I support this club sometimes. You know, is heart wrenching.
Yeah.
The performance today was poor. In fact, Arsenal. I mean, today was a disgrace, and the performance today is a huge dent on the image of Arsenal Football Club, because it's inexcusable on a season that you are trying to win the league, you're chasing the title, you go and play arguably the worst team or one of the worst teams in the history of the Premier League. That in February they are still single digits in points, and you go there and you go two goals up, and you still walk out there without a win. Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And I'm going to say this right now: we have just handed the Premier League to Man City.
I agree with that. I agree.
And that's why I'm wearing black, because I'm mourning.
Yeah, no, I mean, funny enough, I want to read some of the adjectives I used to describe today when I sent you messages. I said, pathetic. I'm disgusted with this team. This is completely atrocious. City has won the league, right? Now, I don't want to get into the idea that this is typical Arsenal fans going off the rails, right? But it's not just the Wolves game, right?
It's not just the Wolves game.
The Wolves game.
He's been coming. He's been coming.
Yeah, I mean, if I had told you in December that we would play Wolves, Nottingham Forest, and Brentford and not get
win
any win out of those 3 games, you would be like, you're out of your mind.
Absolutely.
Right?
With the way we were playing beginning of the season.
Even this December. I mean, that's just like, a few months ago, This is today's performance, right? Even when we were up 1-0. I mean, this is like, I have to give you, because normally I have these thoughts and I don't message you, after I'm telling you, I'm like, you know what, today I'm going to say exactly what I'm feeling when I'm seeing it, And at about halftime, I said, this is the sloppiest half I've ever seen from Arsenal. We were up 1-0. This is the sloppiest half.
And what was my response? We need 2 more goals.
Yes.
To win the game.
That wouldn't have helped, it seemed like, because we got 1 more and we still drew.
No, we needed 2 more.
My point
it was 1. Yeah. If we had scored 2 goals, maybe we would have won.
If we had scored 2 goals, the game would. It's about timing. It's all about timing, right? If we had gotten 2 goals early enough, sure. 3 goals. The thing is, if we had gone 3-0 up, yeah, you can say Wolves might lose morale, but it doesn't matter. You're Arsenal. I don't care if you wanted to win the game 1-0. Then win the game 1-0,
Now,
but professional.
Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just made a statement, you are Arsenal. What the fuck does it mean to be Arsenal?
It means that, listen,
they are cowards. They've not won a title in over 20 years.
Yes, we keep buying some performances.
We keep buying players with plastic balls. We're not buying players that are tough. We keep buying players that can. I mean, how can our players? Most of them did not play in the weekend, and they could not even finish 90 minutes in a game against the bottom of the league team that has barely won a game this season. We were trying to hold out for a 2-1 victory.
Exactly.
It's absolutely ridiculous. We don't deserve to be champions, and we've just given the championship to Man City.
Yes, I agree. It was, I mean, it was so negative, the game script. I mean, I kept watching. I'm like, this game is absolutely terribly boring. These guys they have no idea of what to do. There's no fluidity, you know? The idea of playing Saka in a 10, fuck all that, excuse my French, you know? Like, I don't care. You know, like, it was a terrible, terrible performance by Arsenal. Even when we were up 1-0, even when we were up 2-0. You know, people make it seem as if Wolves were playing like the lowest block of all. They were not. I mean, they
They were
played
not.
defensively because they
They
played
came
five in the
after
back,
us.
you know?
They
No,
came at us.
in the second half, they sure did for sure. And we just looked scared. I mean, there were so many misplaced passes, so many
We
balls
looked
played right out of play.
we
No,
look like the team that is about to be relegated.
yes, this is. I think the last thing I said to you was this is the worst I've seen Arsenal play. I think maybe ever. And it's weird to say, even back in the Mustafi days, right? This was just terrible to watch.
Do you know how I watched this entire game from the beginning of the game? From the beginning of the game, I was like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I just had that feeling. Even when they equalized us at the end of the game, I didn't have any emotion. I was just like this because I saw it coming.
Yes.
I got that feeling that I've always had in the past 5-10 seasons ago. Same old Arsenal. Bunch of weaklings, scared, sissy, fucking pussies. That's what they are.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely, it's terrible.
and I'm sorry if I'm using these words. Your kids should not be watching YouTube anyway. So if your kids are watching YouTube, then you're a terrible parent.
Oh, geez. Okay, take a break from that. But for real, no. I mean, I get the anger because I mean, am I upset? I mean, I was angry in the moments, but I didn't have a reaction. Kind of like you said, I was like, this is just pathetic. It's not pressure. Where's the pressure? You're playing. You're the only team playing today. Half of you guys were off on the weekend, like you said. You know, you're playing the bottom team in the league. Yes, you know what? I kept thinking about, like, you know what? Wolves did give us a hard game when we played them earlier in the season, you know, and we got lucky because they have 2 own goals in that game or whatever, right? But I was like, yeah, you know what? This is, this will not be a typical good win for Arsenal. It won't be like a get right game, but we should be able to see it out. As the game kept progressing, I was like, they're gonna tie it up. They're gonna tie it up. And to think that it came from the most ridiculous, I mean, error you can possibly imagine.
A 19-year-old kid, his debut.
Forget about he was
in
there.
In a team that actually his debut in a team that is about to get relegated. What we should have shown him was how it is to be a man. But instead, the kid came on and showed us that he was the man, the 19-year-old. And our so-called, and I'm sorry to say, there's no world-class player in Arsenal. The fans and other fans that have been saying it that we don't have a world-class player, they are absolutely right. We've been delusional. There are no world-class players in Arsenal. That's one. 2, Raya, at the moment, it mattered the most. And I said this in our last pod just a few days ago. I was like, when I gave Raya that rating, you asked me, you said, well, oh, it's harsh. I said, look, when the ball comes to Raya before that last game, I always had this peace that we're in good hands. But from that last game, which he showed it again in this game, all of them are all scared. The pressure has gotten to them all. They're all sissies. They're scared of Man City. And you see that thing Haaland said, stay humble. He was absolutely right. Arsenal, we're not there. We keep talking like we're not a fucking big club. We're not. We're a club that is trying to get big. We're not a big club. We've not won the Premier League in over 20 years. I mean, that means a freshman in the university, in college, has never seen Arsenal lift a trophy. So what makes us a big club? We're living on old glory. We're not a big club. We don't have any world-class player. We don't have players that have balls. They're all sissies. And I'm sorry, Pep will be like this. He'll be telling his players, I told you boys, we got this. This is our league. You know, we've done it before and we're gonna do it again. Arsenal are a bunch of chickens.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's very disappointing. Like I said, nobody really stood up today. Even our normal players that always step up, Gabriel and Rice. None of them stepped up today because we were. I mean, it really. I cannot press home enough how when I was watching the second half, I kept thinking, can you guys just hold the ball and pass the ball? And
They couldn't.
they couldn't even complete a
They
pass.
couldn't complete a pass. It was ridiculous. It was such a shameful. I mean, if Arsenal after today wins this league,
Mhm.
actually the Arsenal has just pulled the level of the Premier League down. And a few pundits have been saying it that this whoever wins the Premier League this season is going to be one of the worst champions ever because the quality of the Premier League this season is so poor. And look at it. Look at the team that is supposed to be champions elect are going to go drop points after going 2 goals up against a team that has not won a game in almost 20 games or something. I mean, it's absolutely disgraceful. Arteta negative. If Arteta thinks he's going to win the Premier League with this negative approach, he's dreaming. He's not going to win it. And even if he wins it, he's going to go down in history as one of the worst. I mean, it's even going to be worse than the freaking bubble championship that the Lakers won.
The Lakers. All right. Well, everyone I think knows how you and I feel about this at this point. This is pretty terrible. We have a few Arsenal fans that want to chime in and let us know uh, the if the league is gone, right? So we're gonna admit them one by one here, and we'll have a quick chat with them, and then we'll get back to we'll end with our ratings. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Chike.
Hey, I can have fun now.
I'm well. How are you?
Uh, I'm good, trying to well, I took a nap, so that helped to wipe my mind small. But disgusting.
Tell us, how do you feel about that game?
Man, what can I say? I mean, if anybody is gonna make their jokes about bottling this, bottling that, I'm like, sure, you know. I mean, feels like this is a deja vu again, once again, right?
Mhm.
Just in terms of players just got tight today. That's what I feel. I feel like players got tight today. I don't understand why. The worst team in the league. Yes, you're visiting them in their home stadium and all that stuff, but I mean, they got tight. And I just feel like the what do you call that thing? Is it the lineup or the substitution strategy of Arteta backfired?
No,
Um,
Chike, you are being too nice. They are fucking.
I didn't know
You
you were
see,
on though.
see, see,
Sorry, sir.
see.
Ah,
Those guys are fucking pussies. That's what they are. They are soft, and as you said, we've seen this movie before. You see, as you can see, I'm wearing black. I'm mourning.
oh, yeah,
Because
morning. No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, no,
no,
because
no.
this. I mean, I'll let you answer the question, but as far as I'm concerned, we've just handed the championship to Man City.
Let them play. Oh, see,
They
that's the thing,
listen,
right?
they are
So
gonna beat Newcastle. That's for sure.
Oh, they'll beat
Now,
Newcastle.
if we had won this Wolves game, I would say maybe they can get a draw in Newcastle. But
Newcastle
now
beats they
they're
beat
gonna
their
beat
opponents
Newcastle.
today, though.
Huh?
Newcastle beat their opponent today. The
Doesn't matter. That's
champions.
Champions League. It doesn't matter.
Ah, so they are ready. They're warmed
No,
up.
they're not ready. No,
Uh,
No,
no
no,
one
no.
is.
So,
No one
so,
can beat a city that's motivated.
so I'll tell you this. And I always because I have a son that plays soccer, right? And I always
mhm.
tell him, you see, you have to have the heart of a champion. You see, and the Arsenal players don't have the heart of a champion.
I don't want to say
New-
all of them.
Man City, all of them. Which one of them? All of them. Man City, without even trying, those guys are tested champions. You see, and I always said it before today that we don't have to worry about anything City does. We have to worry about ourselves.
Yeah.
But now we've just brought City into the play because we've given it to them.
Yeah, I mean, but anything one City, yes, they've earned it. They've won the league before. But I feel like their way of doing business, and yeah, it's a great coach. They have a great coach, great players, but the way of doing business is what has gotten them here, right? Whether it's like the assets and all that stuff. These are expensive players that they have. I'm not trying
We
to
have
say
expensive
that.
players now. You
What's
know?
that?
So we have expensive players
We have
now at
expensive
Arsenal.
players
You know,
now.
the thing
Yes.
about this whole thing, right? And I
Yeah.
don't want to be an alarmist and say, it was end of the road and things like that. I don't think, I mean, winning the league now is a really big ask, right?
Yeah.
Mainly because we have to play City, right? That's the only thing I think last episode I said, as long as our cushion is more than 3 points, that way we can afford to lose to them and then not catch us. That's gone now, right? Because when we play them, they have almost every chance that if they beat us in that game, they will go ahead of us now, right? I don't see them dropping any points in between now and then.
Why are we sounding like this? We couldn't go to Wolves
No.
beat Wolves. You think you go to Etihad and beat City?
Come on. That's my
it's not
point.
going to happen.
No. You're missing my point. I said the only reason why I wanted a more than 3 point gap between us and City is because I believe that we can lose to City. We would lose to them in their house in that game, right? So that way, when we lose to them, we still have a cushion. That was the only reason why I wanted a cushion. Now nothing has changed. They're still going to beat us in their house, but now when they do, they will pass us.
I'm not there yet.
My concern.
What you guys are saying, I'm not there yet.
I'm there.
You guys
because
you're definitely.
Listen, think about check it out, Chike, right? And I'll let you go after this shortly, right? But look at this, right? So if I had told you in December, right? We had a good December for the most part at Arsenal, good results. I was like, hey, we're gonna play Wolves, Forest, and Brentford, and we're not gonna win any of those games. You would cut my head off.
On crack.
Yes.
You're on crack.
So it's not about kind of like what Sekijay said. It's not about City alone. It's that the game we're supposed to win, we're not winning. Now, I will say this, right? City still have to win the league, right? They have to win their game. So it's not like easy path for them.
Yeah.
But we are showing that we are not willing to go the extra mile to make it difficult for them to pass us. It's going to be easy for them now, easier than ever, because all they got to do is win all the rest of the games, which they can do easily. And we have shown that we can't do that. We can't win all of our games left. There's just no chance, And I was telling you last week that when we play Spurs on Sunday, I was telling my partner here, right, that they have a new manager, and they're going to use that to frustrate us. They may not beat us, but that was the game I thought would drop points in, was Spurs. Because the derby, they have a new coach who will let them play free, and maybe they'll get a draw there. But I never thought we would not win against Wolves. I didn't think we would not win against Forest. I think we'll not win against even Brentford. They're so good. I didn't think any of these things. And in all those games that we've played recently, there's one thing that's been in common. We don't look like we want to batter teams. We look like we want to just go in there and just manage the game and get out of there.
Well, where is that coming from, though? Where is that coming from?
It's Mikel. That's it, because we managed the league really, really well in the first half. I give him all credit there, right? A lot of management, a lot of seeing games out. We were not conceding goals. Everything was tight, nice. We did that to start the race. Kind of like the old adage, right? Slow and steady wins the race. We did that. But towards the end of the season, you can't do that. Now you got to be like, okay, all that rest that we got by managing games back there, set it free now. Get out there and batter teams so that you can win and build confidence and demoralize your chasers. But that's not happening.
I know.
And that's why if we don't win the league, forget about Champions League, forget about FA Cups and Carling Cups. If we don't win Premier League, Mikel has to go, in my opinion. Period.
Oh man, that's serious.
That's my rant.
I mean, I can't argue about it too much because you know he's responsible ultimately. But I mean, I just have a problem with just the individual performances. I feel like guys were playing tight. It seemed like he was trying to tell them to calm down or relax. But we have a player like William Saliba, who I have a beef with him maybe this whole season. This guy, you can even see the clock not going off in his head. Like anytime he has the ball, this guy, the processing time to make a decision on passing the ball or what he is looking at, it's not there, right? This guy, I feel like, again, I only watch football. I don't really know much, but I feel like this guy makes his teammates nervous just with anytime he has the ball.
Actually, Chike, I didn't see this thing about William Saliba until you came on our last pod and said it, and I started noticing it, and I saw it.
I talked about him before.
Yeah, you mentioned him last time.
Yeah, you mentioned it last time, and I saw it today, and I saw what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, William Saliba is not intelligent at all.
Well, I think what it is with Saliba is that
he's not an intelligent player.
He plays at his own pace, right? Which sometimes, is a good thing because it looks really good when it works out.
Yeah.
Right? But he's not what's the word? He's not I wouldn't say not intelligent, but he's not a proactive player. That's the way I look.
No.
Like he doesn't know what he's going to do before he gets the ball. When he gets the ball, then it's just trying to figure out what to do. You see, that's what when you're a proactive player.
That's football IQ.
Well,
that's intelligence.
Yeah, but like he's a defender, so I don't need him to be top IQ, and then you just pack the ball away.
Van Dijk is one of the most intelligent players in Liverpool.
There aren't many of those, so we can't look and say it's normal. It's not a normal thing in defenders to be like that.
Militao is one of the most intelligent players in PSG.
You are mentioning the top center backs in the world.
Is that not what we were calling Saliba a few weeks ago?
Who are much older. But who are much older at this point, right? So Saliba is a young guy.
With how Saliba plays, right? That's why we call him a Cadillac or a Rolls Royce defender, because he is kind of elegant and graceful and unbothered. I have no issue with that. He didn't cost us anything, right? I think the last mistake he ever made that cost us a goal was in the Champions League against Real Madrid last year, right? So I'm not going to sit up here and single him out for anything. He didn't cause anything.
If I'm going to single anybody out, it's Raya.
Well, no. I'm going to single out Raya.
Yeah, Raya cost us the last goal.
Just today.
No.
Yeah,
he did.
I feel like in a way, yes. When a situation like that happens, you as the keeper need to obviously say whatever.
Take charge,
shout.
But touch that ball with confidence. Even if you are going to kick punch the face of your own player, make sure you catch that ball.
But this guy, this guy is 3 inches taller than him, right?
Yes. That's why I don't like short goalkeepers. I hate short goalkeepers.
Actually, on a side note, Chike, you look so much like Tyrese is ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
No.
On the side note, you look like Tyrese, man. Are you sure you're not punking us here? And this is not Tyrese.
Is the head like a beans?
Even the voice, even the mannerism. You look like Tyrese, man. I'm sorry.
No,
that's on a lighter note.
With no money.
But I mean, to me, there were a lot of players who didn't play well today. I didn't think Timber played well. I didn't think Raya played well. I didn't think Rice or Zubimendi played well. I did not think that Martinelli was atrocious. I keep saying,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Martinelli was terrible today.
So
I can't believe I was calling for him to start a few days ago.
Yeah, and you were, and I told you, hell no. And the thing is, right now, we cannot say we're lacking because we don't have enough good players. We have good players for sure. They're not world class, I agree, but they're good players.
Yeah, I was going to ask Chike that question. Chike, do you think any Arsenal player is world class?
Yeah, world class. world class. Oof, world class.
There's only one player that's close or world class, really.
Listen, I think honestly, anytime Bukayo Saka touches the ball, I'm expecting again, not because he's a Niger boy and anything, but I'm expecting good things to happen, like him to win his matchups and him to kind of make something out of nothing.
Okay.
I think he's close to world class in my book.
I think he's not the closest to world class on the team.
I think you might say Rice.
Yes, he's the only one that's even close.
Well, Rice, I don't know. Rice is probably listening to Arteta too much because I feel like he only had one shot on goal.
He's
This
not a
guy
goal scorer.
He's not a goal scorer or whatever, but this guy should be scoring screamers like
Every week.
not every week, every other week,
Let me explain to you guys. See,
every other week.
as far as I'm concerned, my own, point of view, we don't have any world-class player in Arsenal. And let me explain what world-class is in my own point of view. You see Real Madrid, right? Do you know why Real Madrid is so hard to coach as a team? It's because it has world-class players littered all over.
I was going to say, I wouldn't even use Real Madrid in this
Wait. Let me land.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You see, a world-class player is a player that when he gets on the field, when push comes to shove, he's going to go, you know what, coach? Fuck whatever you told me. I'm going to take the initiative and I'm going to win this game. That is world-class.
Right.
And that's why Vinicius Jr. is always butting head with managers, because he's world-class.
Okay.
That's why Mbappe always has problem with managers and his teammates, because he's world-class.
Like,
okay.
And that's why Jude Bellingham has problem because he's world-class.
Okay.
See,
those
are world-class players.
I don't know.
Let me challenge you on this.
Whether you agree or not, these guys have won everything. They've won Champions League.
I agree with
the team, though. As a team of teams. As a super team.
Well, let's bring it back. Forget Real Madrid. Forget PSG. Those are the world-class teams out there in Bayern and whatnot. Let's bring it actually to our league, right? Premier League. Man City and Liverpool and Chelsea. Let's look at those three teams, right? Man City, who's world-class there currently?
Closing my eyes, I can count them.
Haaland?
Haaland?
Donnarumma, maybe? Yeah.
What is maybe?
I'm just saying,
No. Let's be okay. Arsenal fans, let's be truthful.
Okay.
Donnarumma is a world-class goalie.
Okay. Then who else?
Bernardo Silva. All day.
No, he's past his prime. He's not world-class.
No. We're not talking of prime. We're not talking of prime.
No. Talking about right now.
No, we're not talking of prime or not. We're talking whoever hits that point that is world-class.
Well,
Bernardo Silva is world-class. Rodri is world-class.
Not the season.
No.
We're not talking of current form. We're talking of reputation as a player.
I'll challenge you here because we've said in the past that Saka is close to world class. That was based on how they were playing then. We're not saying they're world class today. So we have to look at, okay, if they're not world class today, but to compare them to players who are not.
How can you say the current Ballon d'Or holder is not world class?
Because he came up with injury.
He's won the World Cup.
Okay.
He's won Champions League.
He hasn't looked
won
good
the Premier League.
He hasn't looked good this year.
He hasn't looked good this year.
He's coming from an injury. Come on, guys.
Okay.
You guys.
He's a bum.
So 3 players.
All right.
So 3 players. 3.
Now I see. You see, now I see why a lot of people don't like Arsenal fans.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean?
No, okay. So Liverpool. Hold on, Liverpool. World-class players. Let's go.
I get it.
Salah.
Okay. Even though he's not at the level this
Van
year.
Dijk. Van Dijk.
Okay, that's 2.
2. Alisson.
3. That's it. Right?
3
is an all-time great list.
3 is enough. I'll shock you even more.
Don't say it.
I'll put words there.
Oh God, no! Come on, stop. Okay.
Florian Wirtz. Even Ekitike is looking world class.
But that's not what world class means, right? Not by your definition of world class. They're not.
Okay, but at least I called 4.
3.
Okay, 3.
3. So 3 on City, 3 on Liverpool. Chelsea.
Who gives a damn about Chelsea? Chelsea has a bunch of kids.
Okay. Newcastle.
Who cares about Newcastle?
Man U.
Bruno Fernandes is
Bruno,
world
okay, all
class.
right. And what other team is big these days? I don't even know in our league. Okay, so you just talked about world class.
Name the world class players you think that are in Arsenal.
No, hold on. I said there's only one. I think there's only one, right?
Okay.
So we only have one, like, in my opinion. Now, my point of matter is that you called 6 total players, right, that are world class, and of all those 6, I mean, Salah is past his prime. We know that, right? So it's no longer at this moment. You know, Van Dijk is also past the hill a little bit. Maybe he's still kind of starting to walk right now, but he's not like he's 34 now, whatever. He's almost, so like he's almost on the way out, right? So the only player who is like world class right now that's still young is Donnarumma and Haaland. Fair enough?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, the only two players.
All those guys you just called, when they retire,
Mhm.
they're going to be known and remembered. When you look at Klinsmann,
Mhm.
do you look at him as, oh, this guy was once world class but he fell off, or did you look at him that this guy on his prime was world class?
But of course, in his prime.
Okay,
but
let me rephrase that question.
Who was in their prime in Arsenal?
Let me rephrase.
Who was in their prime in Arsenal?
Who is in their prime in Arsenal?
Yep. See?
Rice is in his prime. He's 27.
Okay, and he's the only one that's world class. Like I said, who else?
Rice is not world class.
Rice, I believe, is world class.
He's not world class. Raya is in his prime.
Raya is not. I never once said Raya was. I said he was the best keeper in the league, but he's not world class. I never called him world class.
Well,
I don't like short keepers. Remember.
Well. The point I'm trying to make is, our players are not world class. Our players don't take the initiative when they need to. They don't even understand what it is to become a legend.
That's true. All true.
They don't even get it. And that's the frustrating thing. And it seems like we keep buying this mold of players that when push comes to shove, they hide and run away. I mean, where are the likes of Luis Diaz? Why don't we have those kind of players in Arsenal? That when push comes to shove, they start playing like they're possessed. We don't have. I've not seen. When was the last time I saw a player like that in Arsenal Football Club?
I just feel like you guys, we're kind of going back and forth between saying that, the coach has a strict way that he wants the team to play. And then also talking about how the team themselves don't, like, I guess what you're saying is like shake off those rules sometimes and then just kind of like
take off the shackles and express yourself. And express yourself. That's what Eze did in the other game in the FA Cup. He expressed himself. You are trying to win the league, but you're playing like you are in a relegation battle.
That's what I told you.
They're not even enjoying themselves.
Yeah,
they're not even enjoying themselves.
When you were doing that, it was fine. Now you have to just we have to beat teams now because teams have learned and they've hardened over the season. So teams that you were suffocating in the first half, this now they're more desperate. There's more desperation now. There's more desire now. There's more, So it's like players are more settled now because there's no window for them to leave. So after the window, in the second half is when you got to start beating teams well. Like you need to just be ruthless and get out there and whoop them and move on, right?
Yeah.
But we're still so shackled, and that's where I blame Mikel. Is that he's very regimented. You can tell, very strict, very regimented, but it's too slow. The movement of the ball is too slow if you're trying to beat teams 2-3-0,
Yeah. And that's why
set up to win only 1-0. 1-0. I don't want that at this point.
And that's why I think that it's a combination of both. I'm sorry to disagree with you guys. I think we have
disagree.
we have I'm not sorry. We have we have players in their prime. We have borderline. What was the word?
Sissies.
No. I'm not talking to you.
Borderline world-class players.
We have at least one borderline world-class player, but I feel like it's a combination of things here. is a combination of the structure with which the coach. This guy is not. When you talk about people on the level like Real Madrid and all that stuff, who was the coach before?
No, yeah,
the
Arteta is a
last?
rookie. Arteta is a rookie coach.
No. Who are the coaches before the guy that got fired at the end of at the beginning of at the end of
Before
last
Alonso.
season?
Before Alonso.
No, the older guy. I think he's the coach of Brazil.
Yeah, Ancelotti.
Ancelotti. Mhm.
Okay, the coaches that have come after him, are you saying that those coaches have more prestige than Arteta? And again, I don't know if those coaches have won anything in terms of titles, but are you saying
Absolutely.
that those coaches are
Well,
better?
it was two, right? So
Absolutely. And let me answer
Xabi
your question.
Alonso
Let me
and
answer your question, Chike. You see,
okay,
because I used to be an athlete. Ike knows. Number one, Alonso was a fantastic midfielder that
sure,
won everything. Then he
yes.
goes his first team he coached. He goes the entire season unbeaten
What
and
team
wins
was
the
that?
league.
What team was that?
Bayer
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Okay, all
He
right.
won the Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen
Okay.
unbeaten.
And that's understood, and
So
congratulations to
he's
him.
definitely more. He has more prestige than Arteta, of
Uh,
course. His playing career, he
Sure.
won way more things than Arteta. And
As a coach, now I'm just talking about as a coach.
he has
As a
made,
coach.
he has done his resume as a coach is way better than Arteta's own.
It is.
I mean, I won't say way better,
It
and
is better.
I'll also say this, right? The Bundesliga, in terms of comparing that to the Premiership, it's not better than the Premiership.
But
It's
he
not
did it.
more like top to bottom.
He deserves his praise because he did it undefeated
Yeah.
against Bayern Munich.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Bayern Munich
Alonso
is
has
one
a better
team.
resume than Mikel.
But
that's
Bayern
for
Munich
sure.
is still one team, though, right?
Yeah.
And you still have a lot of scrub teams. I'm not trying to diminish it.
Well,
but
no, let's slow down because Bundesliga has Dortmund. It has Bayern Munich. You see, it has Leipzig. Now these are top class teams.
Leipzig.
Oh yeah,
No.
Leipzig is a team on a good day that you don't want to play in Champions League.
All right. Well,
Sure.
let's forget about all those other leagues.
But the point,
the point
I'm trying to go ahead, TK.
No, the point that I was trying to make there was that they thought that players would not listen to Arteta if he was a coach for Real Madrid. I don't agree with that.
I don't think that's the case.
Don't agree with that.
But
yeah,
I don't think that's the case. But either way, forget about all that. We suck today. We have to transition over to something different. But Chike, I want to thank you for logging on.
Well, before you leave, Chike, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Before you leave, do you think we're going to win the league this season?
I think so. I think if if Odegaard doesn't come back, no, I'm just joking. But if they really just I feel like if they take this as rock bottom, they didn't lose the game, but like in terms of all that was at stake and just kind of like the expectations completely fell flat. And if they are really serious about winning, which I think that they are, hardworking players, people who actually want to win and all that stuff. This is going to be the game that you can kind of say that, the manager realizes things that he's either doing wrong or not doing enough of. And then the players realizing how they need to step up, right? If they are holding each other accountable in like the worst way. And this is not just saying that. I believe that this team is good enough to win, despite all of these setbacks. And, going forward from Sunday, they're going to show that. So I don't think they're going to lose the lead to Man City. Everybody's running their own race at this point, right? So it's whoever doesn't blink anymore at this point is going to win. And I think Arsenal is ready for that. Let's get Havertz back.
Yeah.
Let's get Havertz back. I feel like that's somebody that, yes, he came back just recently, and then all of a sudden he left again. But
he's back. He's back again. He'll be available against Spurs on Sunday.
Really?
That's
what Arteta said.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so I'll say this, and I agree with you, right?
Yeah.
And it's a big if coming from me, if we're still going to win the league, this is probably the only way it would have to go, because there's no bone in Arsenal's body that makes things easy. You know, like if we're going to still win the league, it will have to be with this heart attack and this BP and everything. You know, it's going to
Yeah.
have to. I mean, but it's a big if. Really, is a big if, because right now it requires know-how, which we don't know how. You know, and that's just, City has know-how, Liverpool have know-how. We don't have the know-how, because right now you got to just be like, you know what? I have to know as a player, as a team, how to go out there, give it my all, beat up a team, and still not be afraid to lose the game. Because that's what it was today. They were afraid to lose. They didn't go there trying to be like, want to destroy the lowest team. They went like, you know what? We just can't lose this game because City's breathing on our neck, you know? And to your point, Sekijay, I told you this, I don't want City on our neck because of things like this. And I don't care if we deserve it or not. They should be better and live with the pressure. But with that pressure, that City on their neck, they're going to keep going to games, trying not to lose.
Well, we are the ones that brought City on our neck. Now this season there are no ref to blame it on, no PGMOL to blame it on, none of that. We are the ones that are bringing City into the picture with our weak performances. So and the only way I see that we are going to win this Premier League this season is if we win 11 games. And guess what? We have 11 games left to play in the Premier League.
11 games.
If then we're not winning the
Premier only way, and I agree with this,
because I can
win this league,
and I can bet with both of you now, City is going to win the rest of their games this season.
Let's rephrase it. City can, right? City can win all their games.
No, they are going to win it.
Hold on, let me say something, right? My point is, the only way we win this league, right? We're gonna have to beat City when we play them. As simple as that. No draw, nothing. If we can win that game, we can still win the league. No matter what City does, whether they win all their games to that point and win every game after, when we play them, if I had a magic wand and I could pick results from different parts of our history, I want that City game to be that City of last season, that 5-1. We need to beat them so that they realize that they can't win the league. Otherwise, they'll win.
Well, I've seen this movie before, and I'll tell you guys what's going to happen. Arsenal is going to bottle it so much that when we play City, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter if we. It's not going to matter, and we're going to go there and play like we're possessed, and we're going to beat them. But it's not still going to matter because it will be too late.
Okay. Well,
God forbid.
I've seen it before,
first, guys.
We've seen it before.
I agree.
Not this year.
I agree. And the difference, and there's no praise to be given here, right? But kind of like you touched on a little bit last episode, Seki, is that I'm still disappointed. It's still terrible. It's still the worst I've seen. But Arsenal of old would have lost the game today. Arsenal of old would have lost to Brentford. So I'm not saying we're good enough to win the league. There is a marginal improvement, but it's not enough, right? But it is a little bit better, but it's not enough. But it's not. But my point is, so there's a lot of games to go. So I'm not going to throw off the baby with the bathwater. But I do feel at this moment, the only path to the championship is to beat City. And whether it matters at that point or not, to me, the game is relatively soon. It's April 18th. It's kind of far away, actually. So
far away.
It's far away.
A lot is going to happen before.
A lot will happen.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, but either way, guys, I just think today, hopefully what you said, Chike, is true, that they look at themselves and like, you know what? Mikel goes, what I've been doing is not working this past few weeks. Change it up and be better, right? The players go, are we going to play the same movie again, like Sekijay has said? Hopefully that happens. Maybe it doesn't. But let's put it this way. Today is a day that I mourn us bottling the league. Because if it happens in May, I won't give a shit.
No, it's today. It's today.
Exactly. In May, I won't care anymore. You know?
And
today is the day I'm going to be like, you know what? We lost the league today. And if they find a way to bring it back and make it work, great. But I'm not going to be holding out until May for them to.
If I'm Arteta, do you know what I'll do? I'll invite the players for dinner and I'll bring Henry, Patrick Vieira, and Dennis Beckham. And if Arsene Wenger is available, I'll bring him too. Come and have dinner with this bunch of sissies and just tell them stories of how you won the league. I'm telling you, let those guys go and have a talk with them.
Or
let
do the
Henry
opposite.
go and
you know what
tell
I would
them.
do? I would invite them for dinner at my house, right? And when they show up and sit down, I won't show up. We'll be like, just sit there, buy yourself and figure it out, like just I wouldn't let them show up. And they're gonna be calling me straight to voicemail,
Yeah.
And the doors will be locked.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna get out of dinner, and the food is gonna be just bread and water, like just figure it out. Because yes, you can blame Mikel all we want, but those players didn't show up today. I don't care how
They did
they're
not.
coaching when they're blame.
100%.
They were atrocious. And we're
Yeah.
gonna see that in our ratings. But before we do that, Chike, thank you so much as always. Pleasure having you.
Thank you guys, though.
And
Thanks, Chike.
yes, we'll see you later.
All right, yo. Great catching up. Bye.
All right. Well, that was a long one, but yeah. We said more than we can say about it. So let's go right to our ratings. I will start. Raya, 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care, kind of like you said, that last goal, even though Gabriel, whether Raya screamed for it or not,
it was his
take
fault.
the player, take the ball,
Yep.
Simple. And even the Wolves' earlier goal, great goal, but he could have done better. But whatever.
I agree.
Timber, worst game I've seen Timber play in a long time.
I don't know why Arteta is not. Let him rest and play Ben White.
A 3 for Timber. Really, really terrible. Saliba and Gabriel, both 5s. Hincapie is the only person in that defense that had a 7 because he scored a good goal.
Yeah.
And he played well for the most part.
Yep.
Rice, Bimendi, 5 each. Terrible in midfield. Saka, a 6 because he got a goal. I'm not a fan of this number 10, but he looked. The thing is, interestingly, without going on a tangent, him playing in that 10 today shows me how much further Eze has to go to be good at a 10. Because Saka isn't a 10, but he looked okay. Like it wasn't like it was amazing, it was okay. That's all we can ask, Eze, just be okay,
Yep.
So 6 for him. Madueke a 4. Just, kept trying the same things over and over. Just trying to beat the guy to the outside. I know what he does best, but didn't work out. Martinelli a 3. No one made a big stink about this, but there's a shot that was this Saka shot? Who had that? Madueke shot at the keeper, spilled up right to Martinelli, and then he literally just flubbed at it. It's like, dude, that is a goal right there. You
Absolutely.
scored that.
Absolutely.
So 3 for him. Gyökeres gave him a 5. Didn't play well. Didn't play. He didn't get his service. It's just all shit. Eze off the bench a 4. The thing about Eze again is, if we're chasing a game, he's too languid. Like his style is fine. We can have players like that are languid, like Ozil and whatnot. But if a game requires intensity, he's not going to bring that. So I wouldn't have even brought him on at all. And I keep saying this: whenever we are struggling in midfield, Mikel, motherfucker, bring in Norgard every time.
I agree.
Just do it.
I agree.
Right,
He wants his Spanish countryman to play in the World Cup.
Anyways, Jesus a 4, Calafiori, I can't blame him for that. I mean, for crying out loud, 5. Trossard looked fine when he came on, 5. Mikel, I gave him a 1. This is the lowest Mikel we're given for various reasons. One is, whatever way you told them to set up that game, out the window. Terrible. Then, for crying out loud, the subs that were made, right? You can see Madueke is not playing well, right? But if you're going to make any kind of change in that game, right? And your goal was to rest Saka, right? Like Saka was back from injury. He played okay, but I believe, even though Madueke wasn't playing well, Madueke has a little way of being unpredictable when he plays. So to make that change and make it Eze and take off Madueke, to me, wasn't the right move, right? If you're going to rest Saka, he wasn't going to play the whole game, get him out. let Eze play where he wants to play, and let Madueke to stay. He always takes him out. He doesn't play a full game, but whatever. The sub was weird, but besides that, the worst part about it is the team was, I don't know why the fuck they were tired, but Martinelli, Zumendi, and Timber were so tired.
They were gassed.
Dude, are you blind? Get them out.
They took their wives for Valentine.
See, when in the hell does Martinelli ever play 90 minutes for us? He never. Why would you do it today? I mean, there were so many times the guy was tired. And I'm looking at our bench, I'm like, okay, am I tripping, or is it because we didn't have anybody on the bench, that could really come off? Yeah, in the end, I had to take out Trossard because of that injury, right? But I'm thinking to myself, on our bench, we have, sorry, look it up here. We have Skelly and Norga. So there was really no attackers to bring on. But for crying out loud, make the change. Earlier, they were tired, they were gassed. We were struggling. Change something. Before we considered the goals, we were already struggling. Wolves came out second half with a new vigor. And once they got their goal and it was 2-1, you see how open our midfield was. You see how tired our attackers were. If you're going to bring on Jesus, bring him on Martinelli. The only guy that wasn't tired was Yoke, and I took him out. He wasn't tired at all, Anyways, terrible, atrocious. I could probably give lower ratings than that. I'm sure yours would be lower, but that's how I thought the game went. What are your ratings?
My ratings just mirror your ratings, man. Fuck this. I'm not even going to waste my energy on any fucking ratings. I agree totally with everything you just said. And, today was just a terrible day. So that's it. Just drop the mic.
Okay. All right. Well, next game, everyone knows, not on a derby. Becomes a must-win now. And I almost feel like the universe always conspires to make us play team when we have a new coach. It happens more often than I care to admit. But
I agree.
I'm not saying that Tudor is the best coach out there, but we all know that the issue with Spurs this season wasn't just that they had the players aren't that terrible. It was the coach's tactics weren't working for them.
They didn't like the coach. The fans did not like the coach. The players did not like
so
Thomas Frank.
They are going to play better. Now, how much better? I don't know. But they're going to play better, which makes that game infinitely more.
Hopefully, what's his name? Solanke is not giving us some bicycle scissors kick, scorpion kicks kind of thing. But yeah, I see right now, the team has to win my trust back. I don't trust this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to predict anything. I'm not even going to. Yeah. I mean, I'll barely watch that game.
If we don't win that game, we're toast.
Yeah, I'll barely watch that game. You remember how I was a few seasons ago? It gets to a point of the season I just stopped watching Arsenal. Yep. I'm getting there now again.
I would say, and I heard earlier that the key game is obviously beating Man City, but that game is so far out that also the key game is this weekend, right? The reaction needs to be, because we have a tough run in here. We're playing Spurs, then Chelsea, then Brighton.
We have the next 5 games, mirroring City. We have the tougher next 5 games than City.
Much tougher. We have
Spurs, that's why
Everton, and then Bournemouth.
That's why I laugh when people still think that Arsenal is going to win the league this season. It's not going to happen.
Well,
watch City win the rest of their games this season.
They can do it. They've done it before, so absolutely. But either way, that Spurs game becomes a must-win. I don't care how we do it. I don't care if it's 8-7. I do not care. Find a way to win the game, Arsenal.
Well, I do care how we win.
No.
If Arsenal wants to win the trust back of the fans, that Spurs game, go there and destroy them 4-0 or 5-0.
Well, yes, I agree.
Then you win us back.
If
anything short of that, a scruffy win is not going to cut it.
Okay, so my feeling is not that they win and I get my trust back. My point is, I don't care how they win that game. If they win 8-0, I don't have my trust back. I don't. My thing is, we need to win that game. when I get my trust back is in that game is going to be highly charged. The pressure is on. I don't really care how we do it. It will not be an indication of anything because they're rivals. If we win, if we go and then beat Chelsea 4-0, confidence will come back. Whoop Brighton 3-1. Then I'll feel better. But this Spurs game, I could care less how we do it. If they win 8-0, I wouldn't feel any better about it.
Fair enough.
So that's how I feel about it. But either way, we will be back with a new episode on Sunday nights after that derby, and we will see where our supposed title challenge will be at that moment. But it's been a long one, guys. Thanks for hanging with us through that long episode. But as always, maybe for the night, don't keep Arsenal on your mind.
Don't keep Arsenal on your mind.
All right, guys.
Under floodlights build the fans align. In red and white they always shine. With every pass it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand. Arsenal's on my mind. Oh Arsenal, you never fail. Through rain and sun our steadfast sail.